I'm sat with such bad body language because this is there. It's as if I really don't like you.
No, you don't.
No. Yeah! Welcome back. We are Music Is It Good Though? The best show on the internet where we talk about good music and bad music. Old music and new music in general, and decide whether you should be listening to music or not. My name is... should have thought about this. Latch Knox 40.
Okay. I'm Matchbox 10.
Yeah.
It would have been easier just to do
Yeah, idiot. But before we get into this week's album, let's discuss what you've been listening to over the past week.
Nothing new. Just, I've been listening to that Kesha album again.
Yeah.
And then I've recently bought a record player, so continuing my Boy Genius obsession, I've just been listening to that.
Yeah.
How about you?
Let me think. Highlight over the past week has been... I'm sure I've had a 10 out of 10, but I can't think what it was.
Teenage Fan Club.
Was that over the past week?
Yeah.
My God, I'm losing track of days.
It was one of your recent reviews. I don't follow it, obviously.
Teenage Fan Club, a band that I'd not even heard of before. Some Scottish power pop band. The album was something-esque. Bandwagon-esque.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just great. It's just really good fun, great listening. Otherwise, yesterday I had another album by Kraftwerk, which was very, very good. Yeah, I really like it. It was the Trans-Europe Express, I think it was called. And yeah, just really modern sounding electronic music from the 70s, which blows my mind that it's from the 70s and it sounds like this. But never mind all that. Who's here for that? People are here for the title, which is Matchbox 20's new album.
Where the Light Goes.
Who knew they were still going? Any preconceptions of the Matchbox?
No preconceptions. I didn't even register them. Apparently they're quite a big band, like they were multi-platinum in the 90s.
Right, okay.
Yeah, no preconceptions. How about you?
My preconceptions were entirely wrong in that I thought they were a pop-punk band because they've got a number in the name.
Stupid.
Blink-182, Sum 41, all bands that were out around the same time. But yeah, I just assumed they were pop-punk because they had a number in the name, and they're not. Don't know if I've heard any songs by them before this album. Yeah. I didn't recognise his voice or anything, so I'm assuming I don't know any other songs. But yeah, my preconceptions jumping into it was just dead wrong. Yeah.
I didn't even bother listening to any of the other songs, like, because I went on the Wikipedia as always, and it said, like, these are the best known tracks. So it doesn't obviously say that, but yeah, I was like, I've never heard of them. I'm not going to listen to them.
Yeah. That brings me to my next question of what did you make of the album?
Bland. Just like generic. If it could like just get an AI thing to do pop rock, it'd be this. It was so on the nose of like, this is pop rock, but it's boring. It's by the numbers. It was like having that freaking Ed Sheeran album again.
I was curious what you were going to think of this because it's very like dad rock, kind of plain dad rock. Like there are a few songs on it that I don't mind, but it is very shallow. It's like when you mentioned before listening to your Boy Genius record, like listening to it over and over, you pick out new things. Yeah. Like you wouldn't do that with this album because it's just all very kind of cut and paste generic. Even song to song, most of the time it could even be the same song. Yeah. I was waiting for like a change of pace, and the change of pace did come with the song I Know Better or You Know Better or something like that.
Yeah, that's I Know Better. Yeah.
I Know Better. And I did quite
That's like the second to last song, I think.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed that song, and it was quite different, but then the song after it just goes straight back to the formulaic.
I've never listened to a Maroon 5 album, but I assume it's this.
I said the exact same thing. I was talking to my partner, and I said it's very Maroon 5 Coldplay, that sort of, like 90s dad rock. When it started, track 1, I thought, okay, this is quite interesting. It's kind of it's got a bit of bombast to it. I don't know if
I
there's...
didn't like that song.
Did you not?
That All My Friends Are Here or something.
Yeah.
All that I could think was this has been specifically, meticulously designed for radio play.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Well, I didn't mind that song. The second song, I can't remember what that one was called, but I didn't mind that one, less so than the first one. And then it was just kind of like, right, okay, so it's just carrying on. And it's not really trying anything new until I Know Better. And then, yeah, it just stunk again at the end for me.
I didn't listen to it. I read an interview just because I wanted to know what this band were about and like what the other public perception was. And there was an album before this one called like North or something. And the perception of them is the bland, insipid, commercial pop rock.
Okay.
But when I was listening to I keep saying listening to, I wasn't listening to anything. I was reading an interview about this album and like the making of it. And there was a song on there called like, is it like Slow Dreams, Wild Dogs Are Running or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. And they were like, we put this down in like one track and we didn't want to polish it up too much. And it's like, it's like, what? He made it sound as if they'd made like this punk
really
song.
rough and ready
Yeah,
song, right?
it's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, what are you listening to? Yeah, there's only one song on it I didn't mind, and that was Don't Get Me Wrong, the one with an actual guitar riff.
Okay. Yeah.
That was okay, but even then, like, it's not memorable at all.
Like we've said many times before, like it's kind of echoing what we've said on other reviews here. It's okay to make music for the money and for the radio, but I guess the nature of this show that we're doing is reviewing the album as a whole rather than the singles and how successful would the single be.
Yeah.
Like the singles on this, I'm sure, would be successful because, like we said, they are very formulaic, made for radio songs. And like, it's not as if I would be like, why has this song got big? It's terrible. Because they're not terrible. They are just radio rock songs.
Yeah.
But as an album, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's really boring.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. It just seems cynical to me. I think this is why people don't like Nickelback, like because of the exact same reason. But I do like Nickelback because at least they do seem a bit heavier. And it probably is just that. They are just a heavier version of Matchbox 20.
Yeah, maybe. So, top tracks of the album, just the one?
I didn't mind that I Know Better because that did seem a bit different. I wouldn't say I liked it. I didn't like any of the others because they were just like too polished. Like just, just bad. Yeah.
I like something with a bit of grit and something different about it, but didn't really find that here.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure I've heard these songs elsewhere.
Yeah. I've heard these songs in the same place, like track to track, never mind elsewhere.
That Queen of New York City track, I am sure I've heard that exact song somewhere else.
Right. Did they not just release it a couple of months ago and you've heard it on the radio?
Maybe.
Yeah, top 3 tracks for me. My favourite was I Know Better. I would say I quite like that song. Then track 1, All My Friends Are Here, and track 2 that I forget the name of presently, but no doubt you'll look up for me.
Yeah. Oh, it's that Wild Dogs.
Oh, is it that one?
Yeah, the punk song.
Yeah, punk. I didn't mind that song. It's my least favourite of the top 3, so that would come in 3rd place. The rest of the album is just very dull. So that's where I'm at with it. Putting a number on it? 2. I was going to go 4 in that I can understand how some people would like it, but I think I'm being too generous in that we are reviewing the album here. We're not reviewing the success track to track. So thinking of it as an album as a whole, I'd probably go 3. Being a bit generous maybe, but...
I don't even think the singles would get that successful because they are so bland. They are so by the numbers. Like even pop charts these days, apart from Ed Sheeran, like they are more wildly varied.
But yeah, I'm going to go with a 3 anyway. Puts us at a 2.5 out of 10 for the new Matchbox 20 album. Rob Thomas is supposed to be a musical genius. I've not seen it here.
No.
So yeah, music, is it good though this week? No, it's not.
No.
Don't listen to music this week. You're wasting your time with it. If this is the figurehead of this week's music, then
Read a book.
yeah, read a book. Tune in next week for this album at the top of the screen that we're going to be reviewing. I know you can't wait for that one because I sure can't. And in the meantime, have a nice day and continue being nice.
Bye.
Bye.
Maybe we should start.
Oh, subscribe. Yeah.